Aloha, friends. I am here to set up my week of in my work planner of the week of August 17th through the week of August 23rd. And this is my planner, the one that sits on my desk and in my actual, like, I have a stand that I put it in, and this is my goals. So this is my first section: goal one, goal two, goal three. And then I got this. This is a new insert that came through with one of my subscriptions, the goal milestone, which I'm going to put on the back burner for now. And this is where I put important dates, and this runs with a Jane's Agenda goal setting thing that goes all the way through the next 18 months or through the end of the year. And then here we are into the month of August. And so I'm just going to set up this month. I'm going to go over last week with you and see if I accomplished what I said I was going to, and then how and what is working and what is not working. So I had to go get my pins because when I started to do this before, I didn't. So I wanted to do this detox of the CRM with Stephanie, and I did do that. I did not do my workbook, and this is what drives me crazy is when I see something staying on there forever, and I have not done my batch videos. So these are big X's, like no, no, no. I did do these things. I did not do these things, which is the goals that I want to make. But I did have a great week last week. And then I stopped tracking all of the people I spoke to, but I did have like a great conversational week. Now on here, these are my roles in my life. So I did do a KPI, which is basically how you track your business. I did do a reset on that. And I did do my monthly, weekly calendar check-in. And I did set up a coach in AI. Okay. Last week, as far as my morning reset, it was terrible. Absolutely terrible, because I've not been waking up at like my normal 5 o'clock time. I've just been wanting to sleep in, and I'm listening to my body and I'm saying, okay, you get to be in charge. I did not read this book because I sent it at home with my husband, so I'm finding a new book to read. And I did do some purchases that were not essential. Like I got some dog stuff. I got a Jane's Agenda sale type of thing. So I didn't do any of my financials. So this is a big zero for me. I think I'm going to start rating these like 90%, 100%, whatever, because I like competition. I did not write out my role. I did do my role play, actually. I wrote that out, but I did not do my video. So I only get half here. And I think I should separate those. And I did make my first date. And I did not make 2 appointments. So, what else? I did not get my planters, barrels in my ground. I need my husband for those. Those are too heavy for me. And I did not get 5 seeds to plant. And I did not send anything to Goodwill, but I did return the dog food and I did return something else. So, anyway, last week was just really full of so many things that I couldn't, even though that these are in different roles, these feel like mostly personal stuff. And so my 5 baskets. I did get this. I did not like it, but I want to have a basket for my foot, my masks, and whatever, so that every night I have something to go to give myself my care, and then my vibration plate I have still not done. So isn't that terrible? I got that vibration plate. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna set up next week. We're going to see what on this, like I actually might want to let go. I went ahead and pre-wrote this out because I've got my bills in here and I know what I need to actually focus on this week. I went ahead and did this ahead of time. And so I put in from my earlier video or weather. And then these are my themes for the work week. On Saturdays and Sundays, I allow myself to decide what those are going to be. I've whited out this area because these are just calls and I'm going to keep my tasks here. I highlight these areas because these are already appointments set in stone. And what else do I have here? This week I need to get my car smogged and registered. I've already spoke to the firewood place for my bonfire, and I've already spoken to my marketing company, but I need to get my supplies, so this is still live and it needs to be done. Um, Hopefully Kelsey will get back to me on my invitation and the emails out to my people. So this week my active projects are my CRM. I'm doing a detox and I have to like decide which ones fit into these categories. And then I'm doing a 30-day challenge within my company and 50 for states. So I want to keep this out because I want to see how this has worked. And this is why this is pre-decorated. So for my CEO role, I mean, since I've already done my KPIs and I've done my monthly check-ins, I want to like go ahead and assess like my KPIs, because what's working, what's not. I just looked at, like, I'm a realtor and I just got this thing that actually from NAR that said that 79% of agents have not even sold one home this year. So that makes me feel pretty proud because I guess since I'm above whatever number, I'm like in the, a higher percent, but still not feeling very positive about myself. The other thing with me is that when I'm feeling well is when I'm doing better. And so for me, like, I need to be doing my 5 a.m. wake up. And you know what? I'm going to be honest with you all here, and I don't know why, but I'm going to. Is the reason I'm not getting up at 5 a.m. is because I'm staying up way too late. And so this is a problem, and I've got to change it. So I've got to go to bed. Part of my wellness is not 5 a.m. wake up. It's night by 10:30. Okay? I mean, that's just the only way that I'm going to be able to do this and be totally. And then I'm going to bulk this because I know what my morning routine is. Morning routine. We've got to get this back into my scripting. Okay? And then evening routine, because when I was doing these, I was solid, right? So when I do the evening routines, I'm asleep. And then so that is like my main focus for this week. Those will set those. For our financials, I want to say that I found another book throughout my my Santa Cruz Association. She wrote a book, so I would like to read Nikki's book. It's about relationships with that, and I still need to write a letter to myself. I need to write a letter to money, and I didn't put letter in there, but I'm going to put letter. And then I want to definitely do no spend. And then in my environment, so when I'm looking over here, I want to make, where's my environment? So for my environment, I would, since Ian's coming home, I would like to get those buckets or the bins out in the backyard. And then I think I want him to finalize all stuff to pull from the garage. Our garage has become, so he kind of hafted it. Oh, wait a second. I put the personal. I'm going to have to make sure that these are the same on everything. So personal. So for my personal, what do I want to do? I have a friend in town. So maybe I'll meet with Dawn when I'm in Santa Cruz on Tuesday. And then, what else is personal? Yeah, so I still want to decide plants to plant. And then what else did I want to do? Oh, so I want to return, and I don't always do this, to Amazon dog backpacks. Because I got those and I didn't end up even taking them out of the box. And I always like to put on here Goodwill because I always feel like I need to get rid of stuff around my home. And then, what is the other thing? So financial, what do we say before I'm going to read? Nikki's book. And then I'm going to do a no spend. And, a lot of my activities have been calling me to go out, but I'm going to say no dining out. And then for my role in my career under my CEO is that I'm writing out scripts, and then I'm calling 10 people a day to my bonfire. And then I spend 30 minutes in CRM in AM. Okay, that's good. So that is this. Assess my KPIs. That's all I'm going to do this week for that. I mean, I feel like this is a strong week, and I'm going to leave that there. So that is this week going in. We'll put this one, sorry, that's driving me crazy. We'll put this one with my calendar, okay, at the front. So this is where I'm tracking my videos, I'm really giving it a try, you guys, but this is not going to stay here. It's not going to live there. It's going to live right here. So I'm going to pull these guys out, and we're going to set up the week. And I went really light on the decorative last week, and I really liked it. We'll see how we can do this. I've got so much cloth and paper dots and stuff that I feel like I need to use them, but I just don't know if I want to be that blasé. They've gotten very masculine with all of their planning. It's very drab, and I think that they think it's sleek, and that's fine. I'm not judging it. I'm just saying that for me, it is really, really, really dry, and no emotion or feeling behind it. So we'll see how that goes. So I have not picked my quote, but I want to put something pretty up by my quote because I think a quote is something that is important to live by. So I pulled out these old pet tape stuff from Plan with Gabby or Create with Gabby. And so I'm going to decorate this because I have to. I just feel like I have to put a little bit of something somewhere. So we're going to put this down. And then I want to find something to contrast it. That's what we're going to do right here. I'm going to keep touching my computer so that it doesn't pause on any of us. It's been weird today. I don't know, the weather around here, I'm in California, and so we always say sometimes that it feels like earthquake weather, and it feels that way today. I don't know, like where you are, sometimes if you're like in a hurricane area, you might feel the same way, or maybe you are in an area that has tornadoes. It just feels kind of off here, so we'll have to see. I hope I don't have an earthquake while I'm on the phone with you, or on the phone, but on this video. But it does feel like even I'm off today. Like I can't totally figure it out. So I've got my priorities up here. I've got this a little bit decorated, and I will fill these in later. But what I wanted to show you here is that I've got these colors I've picked out these 3 different types of stamps, and this is what I'm talking about. See how this is like so dry and almost concrete and stale, which feels, I don't want to use the word masculine. It just doesn't have like a whole lot of, I don't know, happiness to the planner, and that's what I kind of want. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and pop this in. You know, what I was saying before is like I'd like to see a multitude of different colors in my planner, but in this case we're going to use different sizes, okay, so that I know that I'm getting balance in my calendar. I'm constantly telling my sons, like, let's have balance here, you know, like you can't just work. Luckily they're just workers, they're not partiers, but, well, they do a little bit of that, but I want them to know that, like, this is their time. This is their time. Like, enjoy life. Go to the beach. Go surfing. Do the things that, you know, once you do have a family, become less, you know, it's kind of, you're like having to fight for that kind of time. So I had made a printout earlier of my schedule and the weather for my previous, and so I'm going to use that here to go ahead and put these things in. So we're going to do this. These little guys are going to be work, Zoom, what have you. So I'm going to put these in where my appointments are. And these, by the way, are Jane's Agendas, weekly inserts, and that is what these are. And I really like them right now. I'm enjoying them. So, what do I got? This helps me be able to see, like, am I balancing my time? Even like on your days, are you balancing your days? Sometimes like on Mondays are usually very heavy in meetings and just so much, and now I've kind of changed that off. I've let go of a company, and so things will change there. But let's see, I've got on Thursday, and this is hard. Okay, so that'll be about there. And then the only reason I say it's hard is because the times are over here, and I want to follow it all the way over. But I think that's going to be it for my work, which is not good. This is not enough stickers. I should have way more than this. But I will schedule in more time here for my calling, because I've got a lot of people for this bonfire that I'm doing on Saturday night, the end of the summer party. So that's going to be the end of this. Okay, so we've got our workouts, our meetings, and now we're going to go into a different area of our lives. So we are going into kind of like personal, right? Personal. So today is Mama's birthday, so I'll put that up top. And then I also have on, oh, how come on Wednesday I did not put my, well, I've got my appointment with Dr. Fleck, which is my naturopathic doctor. And then I'm immediately going to my acupuncturist at 2:30. So there we go for that. And then on Thursday, I've got my Rotary meeting in the morning. And I happen to have a board meeting on Friday. These guys are called the Sunrise. So, I mean, it is like, they don't mess around. You gotta be up by the crack of dawn. And I'm not kidding, our meetings start at like 7:15 in the morning. And then I want to put something pretty for my special care stuff, like I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to waste your time. But I have a facial on the 21st at 3 o'clock, which I ran into them at the Art and Wine today. They're so excited to see me. And then I think that's it. So this is my planning for the week. This is how I check and balance with last week and this week. And so I'm going to write this stuff in. I'm going to use this pretty little, I'm doing this for you because I like erasables. But this is going to be my Power Up course. And this is my Convo. There is so much more that happens on Mondays that you don't see because I've got my mini market updates. I've got batch videos. There's so much more, but these are the meetings that I have to show up and someone's going to be with me. This is my mom's birthday. I'm going to go out to dinner by myself just because I miss her. And then this is going to be my sales meeting. And then this is going to be my coaching. Yeah, even this is Power Up. Even this is like a weird week because my acupuncture is usually always on Mondays, but the person who does my massages is now going to be there on Wednesdays. And let me tell you what, I've had sciatica in my hip and I didn't have it my last meeting. So it was absolutely amazing. 100%. She's a healer. Rotary. And then this is, oh, this is my coffee. And then this is the committee or the board meeting. And this is my power up. Oh no, come on. And then this is my day spa facial. And then this is my bonfire. Can I spell? And we need to pick up wood in the morning. And so some of my tasks are going to be, my priorities this week are, I've got to get my car smogged and registered. Car. I've got to get invites out. I can't spell. Invites. Sent. Supplies for party. And then, and then calling everyone. Like probably the most important thing that I can think of to do this week. So I need a pretty happy aloha thing. And then every week, I pretty much have the same tasks. So and I'm not going to be doing this in this pen anymore. Market. Update. Client. Update. Continue in. Post. Video. Tuesday. Talk. Video. And these are mostly work. I need my CRM. I've got to do my role play. I'm going to post something local. If you guys are like, post business, if you guys are social media gurus, let me know what the trick is. I'm going to post personal. And I think I'm supposed to be doing all this daily. And then I've got to make sure I schedule my first date. And that would be my week. So, this is notes. This is my inspiration. These are must-dos. This is the schedule at hand. This is this week. And I think that's a wrap, guys. I mean, this is planning with you for this week, which is the week of the 17th through the 23rd. So you guys take care. Have a good week. Let me know what you think. And I appreciate you being here. Oop, I have to do this. I'm sorry. Just one more for the road. I've got to put something pretty. on this. I love pretty pictures. Yeah. So, I don't know if you think that's pretty, but I do. And I want one more. So, we're going to do a bonfire this week. Like, let's make something. I think I saw like a hot, yeah, we're not cooking bread, but we're cooking s'mores. So, we'll do this one over here. Yeah. I'm going to make it my theme. Even though it's not happening this day, by this day I want everything done. It's got to be done because it's happening here. Okay, guys, thanks so much. Have a great week.